Hi everybody, this is Book S Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Loyal Subjects Walmart exclusive Gremlins Flocked Gizmo and Stripe 2-pack. So before we take a look at Stripe, let's take a look at Flocked Gizmo. Gizmo doesn't come with any accessories, he just comes with this little card with some info on him. So if you want to read that, go ahead and pause that now. And then on the back you can see all the different versions you can get. These are the two that I'm reviewing. These two are originals. I don't think my Gizmo glows in the dark. He might. The prototypes, Dead Stripe, and Gold Gizmo. So far, this and the original commons are the only ones I've seen. But yeah, these are pretty nice little minis. They're called action vinyls. They're not action figures. They're action vinyls. So taking a look at Gizmo, they did a really good job sculpting him. The fur is sculpted on there just a little bit, but it's mostly that flocked coating over him. As you can see, there's a little bit missing by his mouth and his eye right there, but the rest of it is covered in that flocked coating, and it looks really nice. And you get some paint there for the ears, and they even have the veins sculpted in his ears, so that's a really nice attention to detail. And then there's the back of the figure. As you can see, there are some spots where the flocked coating isn't on it, where it's just the plastic. And the place that's worse is under his eye and right there by his mouth. But other than that, it's pretty nice. And then you have a little bit of sculpt detail to his hands and feet. Now, the reason I got these are actually more accurate to scale with NECA figures than the actual NECA ones. The NECA Gremlins figures are actually the size of normal NECA figures, and that isn't accurate. But these are. So, like I said, these are kind of simple figures, so that's about all to go over with Gizmo. And his articulation is worse than Stripe's. Stripe's articulation actually surprised me, but Gizmo's, his articulation isn't very good. So the head doesn't move at all. It's stuck, and as you can see, you can't even pry it up there. He has ball-jointed shoulders that can move out that far, and they can swivel up and down. But as you can see, you're probably going to wear that coating off right there, so you'll probably just want to leave him like that. But it can move up and down if you want it to. His wrists swivel side to side. They can also swivel all the way around, but that's the only kind of motion you'll get there. He has a swivel at the waist that can move side to side. He has ball-jointed hips that really can't move out. If you try to move it out, then it pops off. Which, as you can see, the ball joint, or the ball peg there, just clicks back into place like so. So if you do pop that off, it will pop right back in, so don't be worried about that. He can kick forward just a little bit, and back just a little bit. And he's supposed to have swivel at the feet here. But yeah, they don't move at all. So the articulation on him is not great, but he does look really good. And I do like that flocked coating. Makes him feel like he has actual fur. So yeah, other than the lack of articulation, I mean, he has it, mine just doesn't have great articulation. He's a pretty cool figure. So now let's go ahead and take a look at Stripe. So here is Stripe's card. And if you want to read that, go ahead and pause that now. And on the back, it's exactly the same as the other figure. So this Stripe is glow-in-the-dark, which I will show off now. And I have to say, he is pretty bright when he's glowing. So there is Stripe glowing in the dark. And as I said, he is really bright. Like, you can tell every detail of him in my completely dark room here. So on the back, he's starting to fade a little bit right now. But as you saw at first there, he was really, really bright. So yeah, the glow on him is really nice. And Gizmo isn't glowing. I didn't think he was, but I tried it out. So yeah, my Gizmo doesn't glow, but Stripe does, and it is a really nice glow. But like I said, you can already tell it's fading a little bit. So taking a look at the head sculpt of Stripe, he has a lot more sculpt detail than Gizmo. He has that texturing to his skin that looks really good. He has that yellow painted on his scales and on his ears. And of course, he has the little mohawk. And this does have some paint rub on it, and it looks green, but it looks like it's a separate piece that's glued onto the head right there. So I'm not sure why there's some green on it, because like I said, it's a separate piece, and I'm pretty sure it's just cast in that white color. There you have some more sculpt detail to his chest with that texturing to it. And then the scales down here on his legs. Some of the stripes on him are done in a bright color, and some are done where the green is kind of showing through, and that's not intentional. As you can see, the line gets really blurry right there. And then down here on his waist, he's missing just a little bit of that yellowish paint. And then there you have Stripe's feet. So now let's go ahead and go over his articulation. So his articulation really surprised me. His articulation is much better than Gizmo. And he's pretty well articulated for being such a small figure. So he has a ball-jointed head that can look up all the way. He can move his head down just a little bit. His chin does get in the way. He can move his head side to side. He has ball-jointed shoulders that can move out just about all the way. And they also move up and down. He has single-jointed elbow that can bend in just about all the way. He has swivel wrist that can move side to side. He has ball-jointed diaphragm that can move back just a little bit. And he can crunch forward all the way. He has swivel at the waist that can move side to side just slightly. He has ball-jointed hips that can only move out that far. He can kick forward all the way. He can kick himself in the face. He can kick back all the way and kick himself in the back. He has a single-jointed knee that can bend in all the way. And he has swivel ankles. Since Stripe has some good articulation, he does stand up really well. And you can get him in some pretty cool poses. So now, let's do some size comparisons. So there, Stripe and Gizmo are next to each other. There they are next to the Summer Olympics Stripe. And, yeah, like I said, he is really big. And let's just put a neck-adjacent figure back here. And is he going to stay? I don't think he's going to stay. But as you can see, this size is a lot more accurate than this Summer Olympics one. He's half the size of Jason, and that's definitely not accurate. And finally, there they are next to Jason. That's a better look at how they scale with other NECA figures. So overall, I would highly recommend this set. It is really awesome. The set does have kind of a cartoony aspect to them. They are a little more cartoony than realistic like NECA. But they're still really nice, and they fit in really well with NECA figures. Normally, I don't collect Loyal Subjects figures, because they're like stylized. They do Lord of the Rings, horror. They do a ton of stuff, but I normally don't collect them. But yeah, I think I'll be collecting the Gremlins ones because these are really nice. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.